Jeremy Doku. The 21-year-old has had unbelievable impact, taking the Premier League by storm as many fans get to know him. For sure, most of us didn't know much about this dancing winger before his move to the Premier League, and that's why we're going to talk about this skillful kid. From the records that he's already broken, to his character and his trademark goal celebration that's taken social media by storm, here are 10 things you didn't know about Jeremy Doku. Doku could have been breaking through at Anfield rather than Anderlecht if Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp got their way. In 2018, the Merseyside club was impressed with Doku, who was 17 at the time, and Klopp set out to try convincing him to join his Red Army. But Doku was not persuaded, and not even the promise of a possibility to replace Sadio Mane could convince him. Even though the Belgian club were convinced Doku was not about to leave them, they still feared Liverpool's insistence could maybe turn Doku's mind, and that's when they called on Romelu Lukaku, who just like Doku came through the ranks at the club before moving to the Premier League with Chelsea. He was one person Doku looked up to, and he got on a call and talked to him, advising him why it is best for him to wait for a little longer. It worked. Doku listened to Lukaku, and instead of pushing his way out, he continued his development in the Jupiler Pro League until 2020 when he moved to Rennes, a decision which has paid off. Even though he was born in Belgium, Doku is of Ghanaian descent and could have opted to represent the West African country on the international stage if he wanted to. But when it came down to making the big decision, just like the decision to pick Anderlecht over Liverpool, Doku has always followed his heart and he opted to play for the Red Devils and not the Black Stars. We honestly don't think he even gave it much thought. He debuted for the Belgian national team aged 18 and has gone on to make the step up to the senior team, representing the European powerhouse in the Euro qualifiers, Nations League, and the World Cup. Doku was born into a family of 4 and he is the second oldest with 2 younger sisters. His older brother Jefferson is a footballer and was part of the Anderlecht Youth Academy while his father used to be an athlete. Now you know where he got his speed from, and you can say Doku was destined for football as he grew up with football on his doorstep. This is because Royal Antwerp's stadium is just a 6-minute drive away from the house he grew up in. So it's no surprise that Doku delved into the sport early and would quickly become very valuable, even breaking a record in 2020. When he left Belgium for France, Ligue 1 side Rennes paid 26 million euros for his services, making him the most expensive player in the club's history, and when he was just 18 years old at the time. Clearly everyone knew that he was going to be a world-class star, and that's why Rennes were willing to pay expensively for his services. We mentioned earlier that he's featured for Belgium in a number of international tournaments, including the Euro qualifiers, Nations League, and the World Cup. At the Euro 2020 finals, he was one of the youngest players for Belgium and at the competition. And boy, he gave a good account of himself. He shone brightly. At just 19, he featured for Belgium against eventual winners Italy in the quarterfinals, and although the Red Devils lost the clash 2-1, Doku was exceptional. He won a penalty for his team and even broke a record in the process. He managed to complete 8 dribbles in that game, which is a record number for a teenager in the Euros. Premier League clash against Bournemouth, Doku ran the show, scoring 1 and assisting 4. Well, those 4 assists tied the record for the most assists provided in a single Premier League game, and doing that at 21 years of age made him the youngest player to provide 4 assists in a single Premier League match. If that's not special, we don't know what is. How fast the 21-year-old is. He's a speed monster, and that speed earned him a really interesting nickname in Belgium, the Belgian Flash. He has, however, had the nickname for some time now, and it was given to him by talent scouts when he was younger. He has been quick all his life. People who know him personally say that he's always been like that from his early years. Well, we've seen it a couple of times as well. He dribbles past a player, waits for him to recover, and beats him again just for the fun of it. And that's not the only reason he's called arrogance. It's also the things that he says at times. In 2021, for instance, he declared himself the best dribbler in the French league, which you could say was a very bold statement. In May 2021, he completed 12 dribbles in a league clash against Bordeaux to break Neymar's record for the most dribbles completed in a single match in league history. Talk of talking tough and backing it up. Speaking of dribblers, Doku seems to have picked the very best to have done it in the game. He has identified Ronaldinho, Lionel Messi and Hazard as his football idols. No surprise, right? His statistics have been likened to Man City legend and international teammate Kevin De Bruyne. According to FBref, Doku has managed to average 6.5 successful take-ons per 90 minutes, ranking him in the top 1% of midfielders in Europe's top 5 leagues. Similar to De Bruyne, Doku's key passes statistics are something to talk about. While De Bruyne has been averaging 3.57 key passes at the Etihad, Doku has been averaging 2.09, and considering his age, you have the feeling he'll only get better at the Etihad. Trademark celebration is a dance called the Gritty. It was first created by high school American footballer named Allen Davis in 2018 and popularized by NFL star Justin Jefferson. But no one does it better than Doku. He seems to have mastered it and makes it look effortless, just like he dribbles on the wing. Be prepared to see some more of these dances as the Belgian dribbler is only getting started at City. How many goals do you think he'll score for City this season? Let us know in the comments below.